Hey, dude.
Hey, morning.
Cheers to prosperity and I don't know anything else really.
A morning with coffee. We're back.
I'm realizing that this podcast is consistently going to get more terrifyingly cold to film over the winter time.
Yeah, it's a little chilly this morning. Hi.
When I spilled my coffee, or my milk, I was literally like pouring it and just watching it spill on my hand and just being like, that's not, I didn't do that.
You smell phenomenal this morning.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah,
Cheers.
you're welcome. Cheers.
This morning, right, I couldn't spray this jacket with cologne. You know what I mean? I didn't want to. I think it'd just go and just sit there.
Probably.
So I was like, that was it. That's
Do you
all.
spray your skin? How do you put your cologne on?
Oh, that's my clothes.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you
Gotta
have-
keep those pheromones high, you know what I mean?
I don't know, but have you ever like the proper way to do cologne?
Like,
No. It's like the old fashioned, like me and like my aftershave.
no, talk to me, dude.
No, so it's you hit your pulse points, and so your pulse points are right here, right here, inside, and then some guys go across the chest. I always just like hit one side because I tend to like when I go in for a hug, I always like kind of like go. You kind of go your certain way, so I always like overdo it on one side, and then I do the pulse points, and then once in a while I'll hit like that last little thing. I knew a lot of people who used to like just spray and they'd walk through it. I was like,
I ain't doing nothing.
I was like, that's on your face. Like
Yeah.
somebody's just gonna come up and sniff your face. Like,
I'll be honest with you, I don't wear cologne. I don't want to change my body scent with cologne. So, like, this is how my morning's going.
why is it tracking?
This is how my morning's going.
This
It's
ghost
deciding
appears.
to track the roof.
Wait, let me see if I can put it on you.
Get it, Scotty. Put it on me.
Oh.
They can't really see, so it's like what? Like, why?
If you guys could see this right now.
Why would we be? Why? Like, we are the people. Okay. Figure it out.
Now it's on your nipple.
That's fine. I don't want to change my scent, so I spray it on my clothes. So like, my presence smells good. I don't need I can't imagine a world where like you don't smell it anyway. Like I don't need you to like even if like someone's stuffing their face in my neck. I don't like they're still gonna smell it, but you gotta keep those pheromones strong. You know what I mean? Because that's where the real goodness is at. You know what I mean?
You feel that?
Yeah.
You feel that?
I value my own scent. I smell like a werewolf. Which supposedly smell really
I was gonna
bad.
say, what does
so.
that smell like? Yeah,
Oh,
that
no, in
doesn't
Twilight, then I don't smell very good.
Yeah. Oof.
That's a good topic to jump into.
Yeah. What do we got? Twilight.
The girliest movies we watch. Like, I'm a huge Twilight fan.
You are a
massive.
Twilight
It's from the first time I ever saw it. And the first time I ever saw it, I don't even think it was like, I didn't have an excuse to watch it with like a girl. I think I just watched it. And then I loved it. And then now, fast forward a decade, I've probably seen the whole thing like maybe 20 times. And Katie, my brother's wife, plays it every time I'm in California.
fan. Wow.
So that's partially her fault. You said you've seen Twilight.
I've seen one.
Maybe you said you haven't seen Twilight. That's a sin.
I've seen one of them.
Yeah, maybe you told me you're not watching Twilight.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's not a thing for me.
I don't like people that won't watch movies. Like, that frustrates me. Like, and it frustrates you too. Like, Noah and Kiki not watching Star Wars probably frustrates you, the concept of that.
Yeah, but they've also never seen it. That's
You
what
watched
frustrates
one of
me.
them, though.
Yes, I did. And I gave it a
The
shot.
first one's tough, you know?
Gave it a shot. Still
Alright.
gave it a shot.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But
Still gave it a shot.
we talked rom-coms recently.
We did talk rom-coms. A girly movie that I like.
That's very vague. Like, I like a lot of girly movies.
I'm just trying to think of a girl. Like, what consists of a girly movie?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Just something. Twilight. It's like Twilight's what put that in my head. I was like so many dudes like, bro, I'll watch that.
Because I wouldn't even say it's a girly movie. I would just say it's based off of a book. Like it's a
It is, but it's just a naturally more girl demographic based movie.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't really say
Like Teen Wolf's Teen Wolf's the male demo of this stuff, and then Vampire Diaries and like okay, take Vampire Diaries. Very women based demographic. I'm not saying men don't watch it. I'm just saying you go to a Vampire Diaries showing or screening, you ain't gonna find too many men there that weren't dragged there by their girlfriends.
I have seen Vampire Diaries. Did you know that Vampire Diaries is literally just about a vampire, and it's like the first episode is a vampire and then he writes in a diary. The rest of the show...
Wait, I was going to make a joke that it's about a vampire's diary, but...
It is.
It's
literally a vampire writing his diary. The first episode is that. The rest of this, like, all of the rest of it, it's got the vampire. They don't bring the diary back.
So it was just his diary once.
What I'm thinking what happened is they made a pilot episode, but it actually took off, and so they had to make a show, but they're like, we don't have the diary anymore. Like,
we don't like the diary.
We don't like the diary part, no. And so, yeah.
What if he writes in it to preface that the rest of the show is in the diary?
You know, because, like, my thought was, like, whoever wrote the show was, like, a really big friend, or a really big fan of How I Met Your Mother. And so it's got, like, this sidebar going the entire time where they're just, like, you know how, like, you've seen How I Met Your Mother,
Oh,
correct?
it's been, dude, a decade.
Well, like, when, you know how, like, it always starts with them, like an overlay of somebody's voice talking because he's telling his kids about the story. It's
Maybe,
him.
okay.
The entire show is based off of the main character telling his kids How I Met Your Mother. And it's, like, this long, drawn-out show about all the things that happened between how he met her and then, like, all the way until they got married.
Okay.
And so that's what Vampire Diaries basically is. It's him sitting there in the beginning, writing in his diary, and then... Why are we talking about this? This is just, like, stupid. But it was just funny as hell. I was just like, this entire show...
I'm just falling asleep.
Yeah, this entire show is just absolutely...
So you don't like the show?
Not that I don't like the show. It's probably a great show. I've just never given it a shot. Like, I just remember watching the
you
first
watched
episode.
The first
and
one.
I was just... Because I had a girlfriend who was, like, really into it, so I watched the first episode. And after that episode, I was like, where'd the diary go? Like, I was like, this doesn't...
You know who's a big Vampire Diaries fan? Kiki.
Is he? We should get him on here.
He likes Twilight too, dude. Kiki's one of my Twilight pals. We tried watching Twilight on one of our trips, but
just didn't work.
We did end up. We couldn't get it. We wanted our friend Noah to see it. Shout out Noah, and he's the movie fall sleeper. You know, people that just cannot finish a movie for the life of them.
Yep.
I'm once the movie goes on, it will be finished. I don't care if I need to pry my eyes open.
I'm a watch the movie until it loses my attention, then I'm on my phone.
Oh, I know.
Yep. If it loses my attention, I'm done.
You're usually on your phone in the first 10 minutes, so...
That's just because if it doesn't catch me, I'm done. Like, I'm over it, and I have other things to do.
What are movies you don't go on your phone for?
Lord of the Rings.
Good. So that's really good. I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, I will not go on my phone once. I'll put my phone in the other room.
You a Hobbit guy?
I'm not a big fan of the Hobbit movies. I like the originals. I think it's because I grew up with the originals, but...
So I should watch it.
I think you should. I think you'd enjoy them.
That's next up on my list, because I killed Pirates of the Caribbean finally.
I'll watch those with you.
What a phenomenal movie Pirates of the Caribbean is.
Yeah.
Wow.
The first one's amazing, the second one's okay, and the third one's, like, kind of actually cool. The fourth one's just, like, then they just lost me. I was like,
Let me give you a non-bias, or a non-bias review of it, because I didn't grow up watching it. And this is me. I'm the movie guy. I'll watch any movie, and I'm usually entertained.
Please.
It took me about 5 times to get through the first movie. It's completely separate, maybe across, like, 3 different years. Like,
I think it was because I was so young when I first saw the first one.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh my god, pirates. Like, because I saw the first one when I was in, like, 2nd grade. Like, that's how long ago that was. I'm not even kidding. I think the first one came out in, like...
Did you watch it in black and white?
Basically, dude. Like, yeah. Johnny Depp was scrawny, and, like, he just came out of that movie where he played, like, a greaser.
He didn't even have an accent?
No. He was still in
Johnny Depp has some sort of accent.
He does, yeah.
What is it? Does anyone know?
That's a good question.
He's got like a twang to his voice.
A twang,
but it's not a twang that I can tell you where the twang resides.
And it's not like it's a U.S. twang. It's not a other country twang.
But it's got other country vibes in it.
It does. You can see him being like an Islander.
I think Johnny Depp's so cool.
Johnny Depp's the dopest. He was here like 2 nights ago. Did you know that?
In Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Where was
concert? At the Marquee.
He was just at a concert?
No, he was playing.
Oh, wait, playing what?
He's a musician. You know that?
Johnny Depp's a musician?
Yeah, the amount of times I've been at like Alice Cooper and he'll come out and play. Never told you that story?
I don't know. We're going too quick.
Sorry.
What does he do?
He plays guitar and sings.
Johnny Depp.
Uh-huh.
I can go see Johnny Depp make music.
Uh-huh.
I want to do that. Sounds awesome.
He's really good.
He's so cool.
He's really good. We were at Casino del Sol in Tucson seeing Alice Cooper and Marilyn Manson, and my dad helped build that hotel, and we were standing in the back and just like rocking out, like watching Alice play or do his show or whatever. And somebody kind of like bumped into me. He's like, "Excuse me."
Excuse me.
And
that was a
like,
really good
yeah,
excuse
he's like,
me.
"Excuse me." And I was just like, "Oh, no worries, man." I turned around and it was freaking Johnny Depp, just about to go on stage with his guitar. He's like, "Excuse me." I was like, we talked yesterday about being starstruck. It wasn't starstruck. I was just like, "Oh, no worries." I was like, "It's Johnny Depp." Like, I was just like, it was one of those things
it's a fat double take.
It was just
no
like,
problem.
"Oh." like Johnny Depp. Like that's neat. And then, but yeah, it was cool. Very good guitarist.
I think you can make a person starstruck if you throw them off guard. Like I think if some elite level person bumped into me,
Yeah.
I'd only be starstruck because I'd be like, yeah, no problem.
I think that's
What
more
the
of the.
fuck?
I don't think it's starstruck. It's more of the hell are you doing here?
Mhm.
Like, what does Johnny Depp have to do with a rock concert with Marilyn Manson and Alice Cooper? Like,
Dude, I don't know.
it was just kind of like, oh, you kind of look like You're Johnny Depp. Like,
You don't miss Johnny Depp.
you really don't. He's very hard to miss. He dangles a lot.
We've
like,
just seen him in too many movies. We know
yeah,
the face.
his like dangles and bangles on his wrist. You just like you hear him coming before he like comes around the corner.
That's tight.
Yeah, it sounds like an old western when they're walking with their spurs.
Scotty, none of us have seen old westerns, okay?
Yeah.
You know who watches old westerns? My grandparents.
And me.
You know who's the other person now I'm adding to the list? You and my grandparents. That's it.
I know your
And all of their grandparents.
I've been teaching your grandparents English by watching John Wayne movies.
Yeah, who's John Wayne?
Yeah, he's an old western guy.
they no, you don't teach them John Wayne movies. They've seen them all.
Oh, I know. We have deep conversations.
Yeah, what do you guys say?
I don't know what they're saying.
Oh.
You know,
You go, I just speak English.
I just
and
listen.
they're
Yeah.
trying to figure
Yeah,
it
they
out.
seem really excited.
Yeah. You speak anything of another language?
I do not. No.
Canadian?
Canadian. Yeah. Sarcasm.
You speak a boot?
Speak a boot.
I've always wanted to go to Montreal or Quebec.
Quebec.
I think Canada's this weird, like, the French Providence of Canada. See, that probably works. I don't know what that
BC.
is. Is British Columbia where, like, all the French... Wait, but Vancouver's BC.
No, Vancouver, BC. It's kind of all over the place up there.
Let's just pinpoint the French colonies.
Quebec,
Montreal.
Montreal.
They give me such, like, I feel like it's France in another continent. Like, it seems like they...
It's just called a continent.
Yeah, it's in another continent.
Oh, I thought you called Canada another
No,
continent.
it's
I was
France in another continent.
Got it.
Don't make me feel stupid here, right?
Got it.
And like, I think that's cool. I want to go and see like what that culture's like. Now, I don't think I'll be able to understand anybody.
I think you'd be okay. You'd be able to pick up and keep up with it. It's just I think French Canadian's a little slower than like real French.
I've noticed they add in English words somehow.
Oh yeah.
Then there's like slang, a lot of slang.
There's a lot of
Because you look at Canadians,
Mhm.
it's hard enough for me to understand real pureblood Canadians that already who speak fucking English.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like even watching Letterkenny, half the time I don't know what
Well,
they're
that's
saying.
a very exaggerated.
Correct.
Like,
But still,
Yeah.
I know Canadians that live in certain areas of Canada that are that extreme.
Oh yeah.
Like the Minnesota, heavy Minnesota type accent.
Yeah.
And like, oh no, there's no way I'm gonna understand anyone. And I also feel like there's like a feud. I've heard like the French and the French Canadian, they don't like speaking to each other because it's just like you say it wrong.
Someone like lands and they're from France and they're just like, I'm stepping on thin glass here. Say one thing out of
I think
order.
it's the opposite. It's they're looking around at all like, look at all these idiots who have completely destroyed our language. That's what I think it is. I don't think it's I'm in the wrong.
Yeah.
I'm in the sketch here. It's I speak proper French. All these people are stupid.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
that,
how I
like,
think they think.
Like somebody from France, or like a group of people came over from France and just landed in Canada, and they're just like, we're gonna take this section. This is now kind of French, like, and then the rest of Canada's just like, well, we gotta be nice to them. Like they're just like,
Well, yeah, and then all their friends are like, yeah, well, of course we're gonna be nice to them.
yeah, exactly.
We're definitely gonna be nice. To them.
Yeah, we have to be nice to them. Like, it's just like they speak kind of funny. That's okay. We do too. Like
We do too.
It's okay. Hi, welcome. Oh, he said something weird.
We
But,
can't
like,
understand each other
okay,
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Let's fight, but it's okay. Afterwards, we can get a burger. But like,
Some poutine.
just think about that. Like, a French colony landed, and they're just like, yeah, we'll just be French. Like,
I mean, listen, I don't know the historical data of that, so I'm not really sure what happened. Is that what happened? Did a French person just end up in Canada?
you just think somebody was like pretending to be French one day, and they're just like walking around. They're just like, this is gonna be so funny.
They're like, what if I started a whole
Like,
French-speaking
this is
country?
gonna be so funny.
And I don't even understand any of them.
We're gonna call it France too.
I said country, city.
Yep.
City. Canada's an interesting place, man. Canadians are interesting people.
They're great people.
They're some of the nicest on earth.
Yeah.
I feel like Canada's this big fairy tale land, though.
Their president's a little weird.
I know the politics there are so weird because
Yeah.
they're like, we can make these people do whatever the fuck we want. These people will not blink an eye at anything.
We're all just so friendly.
I will say, though, the past couple years I've seen Canadians just really not be Canadian. I'm like, wow, look at you guys
Yeah, I mean,
standing up.
It makes sense. I mean, you kind of only can take so much shit. And then
Maybe
it's like,
maybe when they gave the shit back, it
Mhm.
was still like, hey, no hard feelings, man.
Yeah. Well, he's
We're all
like,
good, bud.
wait, because you've seen Anchorman.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, like the second one where they do like the giant fight scene with all the news networks,
Okay.
and the Canadian sports network comes out, and he's like, "We're gonna thrash you in the nicest way possible." He's like, "We're gonna beat you, but then we're gonna help you up." And then just like
I love like that stereotype is so true.
yeah. Oh no, Canadians are great, man. I don't think I've ever met a Canadian where I was like, "Wow, you are absolutely terrible." Really good shit talkers. For like what it's worth, they're really.
I
good
feel like
shit
not the
talkers.
Canadians I've met.
Really?
Like the Canadians I've met are just like I feel like Toronto is the most Americanized version of Canada.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I feel like I was on the East Coast when I was in Toronto.
Yeah.
Now, before you say something,
Okay.
one crazy thing about Toronto is I literally felt like I was in another country entirely. Like the atmosphere and the architecture and
Mhm.
everything is and like even like the way they build neighborhoods, and I just felt like I was in a completely different world, but I was just like, yeah, a couple hours from Buffalo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was weird.
You gotta get to like Newfoundland or something like that, where it's like, that's like Canadian, where it's just like, oh hey there, like
Newfoundland's in Canada?
Newfoundland, yeah.
I thought Newfoundland was in Europe.
No, Newfoundland's in Canada.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, Newfies. But like,
Well, you're telling me Newfies aren't European?
no, Newfies are Canadian. Newfoundland's in Canada. But like, you go up there, those people are just like the greatest, nicest people in the world, and like, and this is just a stereotype that I've like seen come true, so it might be a stereotype, it might be true. So many people in Newfoundland, there's just like not a lot to do because it's just freezing, and so they just do weird shit. Like they're like, well, we're just gonna put on our parkas and we're just gonna go on the lake, and they just go walk around on the frozen lake, or they'll go out and they'll just like rowing is a big thing up there.
Oh yeah.
So like like everybody I know who lives in like Newfoundland, they're like, I'm gonna go to the gym today. It's like, no, we're going rowing. I'm like, how many places can you go rowing? Like,
How long can you row for?
yeah, you guys all rowing together? How big is this boat?
That's usually just like a 10-minute set for me at the gym.
Yeah, I was
don't
gonna say
know.
that's a warm up. But dude, rowing's hard. Holy shit! Not to take away from rowing,
I've never rowed anything.
dude.
It
You
looks
should,
insane.
dude. It's a full body workout. I respect rowers.
So what are your legs doing?
Pushing.
What are they pushing?
You're on like little thingies. Like
Define thingies.
you're on like little rails, and so you like push, and like it's
Like your feet move?
you're like yeah.
I thought they just sit still.
Well, no, I mean, well, it depends on the rowing. It depends on the boat. A lot of times it's like all upper body, but like you still like push and like, and a lot of them like the seat moves.
I was just watching you like.
I
got a
can't-
little,
I can't
chicken
really-
Neck.
I
I'm
can't
just like,
really-
are you just balking around on this thing? Like
My
what's-
seat doesn't move like a rowing machine, so
I mean, I've seen the rowing machines at the gym, and you're pretty stagnant. You know what I mean? You're working the upper body.
you should
That's it.
go and check it out again because you use your legs.
In a rowing machine.
Yes,
Oh, maybe I've completely not. So you're saying I'm wrong on a rowing
you're
machine?
probably doing it wrong.
There's leg movement.
Yes,
Oh,
that's why the seat moves.
I've never done it.
Oh, yeah, that's why the
So
seat.
the
moves.
seat goes forward and back.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good point.
yeah.
I'm not a rowist, you know.
Ah, a rotier.
All right, let's just. This is one of those podcast episodes where it's just us fucking off for 30 minutes. Okay, we have some topics. That's not them. My notes have this thing. If there's someone out there whose notes do this, where if you like leave your notes, you go back in, it's just blank, and then you have to exit. It's so annoying. So annoying. Ooh, this was a good one you said yesterday. And before we got to preface this is general. Like this is in human beings,
Okay.
not necessarily relationships.
Okay.
I mean, the word attractive does technically pertain to relationships,
I
but
know where we're going.
most attractive like qualities.
Qualities.
Qualities. If
Most
you know, you know.
Attractive qualities.
In a person, like what are? I mean, I think we can start with the ones we've been speaking of.
Yeah.
Confidence.
Yeah.
That's like the most, maybe. I'd say that's like the most prominent quality. If you're confident, I mean, but then you need to pair it with
You
something.
need to back it up.
You don't get to be an asshole.
No, that's just
So maybe the
Dang.
second good quality is a lack of ego / being humble. Humbleness.
Humbleness.
Humbleness. That sounds like some big lord.
Humbleness.
My humbleness.
Humbleness. Lord Humbleness.
It reminds me of Tumnus from Narnia. Have you ever seen that movie?
I've seen Narnia.
Tumnus.
Tumnus,
I
Mr. Tumnus.
love that guy. Confidence is great.
Yep.
Must pair with being humble.
Yep.
That's a deadly combo right there.
That's a good person.
That's a good guy.
That's a good guy right there. I wanna be friends. I wanna shake his hand.
This is the Canadian special.
I wanna shake his hand.
I don't know, man. Like, what's attractive? Now I'm trying to think of now I'm getting into relationships. Like, what are other attractive? Being like nurturing of any sense is good.
Nurturing, kind. I think
Understanding.
Understanding's a huge one.
That's hot.
That's so hot.
My boys who are understanding, mad hot.
I'm mad hot, man. Mad hot.
That was so hot of you to understand that.
Communication is
super sexy.
Very sexy.
Like when me and the boys be chatting
when
up,
we
dude.
when we sitting there looking at each other's eyes.
Hella sexy.
No,
it's true though.
Yeah, communication's a really attractive quality.
Wait, Scott, it looks like we both destroyed our cups this morning.
Yeah, I might put mine on the microwave and it boiled over a little bit. I was hoping
Nice.
no one would notice, but it's there.
Okay.
So we'll just call it. We'll just show everybody.
Yeah.
It's there. Attractive qualities.
Like, what's an attractive quality that you realized one day, and you're either that or maybe right now you want it. You don't have it yet.
That I don't have?
Yeah.
Fucking great.
I'm fucking
I'm
sexy.
fucking sexy, yeah. I'm fucking sexy and humble.
You say sexy first. I'm so sexy and humble.
No, you know what it is?
What is it?
I will fucking face you.
Wow,
This
please
one.
don't.
Being just genuinely excited, and you do this so well, and I always admire it about you. Is you're just your energy that you bring to people is so contagious, and it's I'm very I'm a nice guy, and I know that. And I'm very cordial and very I'm very classic.
Mm-hmm.
But yours is this really attractive quality where it's you're very, very outgoing and fun and bubbly, and it's we're both I think we could both say that we're the life of the party when we're there.
Mm-hmm.
We're the life of the party in different ways.
Yeah.
Where yours is very outgoing and very excited and da-da-da-da-da, and mine is there as well, where I'll make an appearance and make myself known, but it's a different kind of excitement, and I think that's a very attractive quality when you're just you're fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the word, being fun, being
fun is a great quality.
just being fun and bubbly, and just
being fun just implies that people want to be around you.
people just want to be around you, and it drops everybody else's wall.
Yeah, exactly, and I think it inspires people to not be so, I don't know if down's the right word, but just pessimistic. Just don't sweat the little things.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me. This is how it comes off. Look at me. All these little things make me so excited, and they should bring up the vibe in the room too.
Because it's funny, because you bring out the inner, and I'm not gonna say that I do it as well as you, because you do it extremely well.
No, you're not as good as me.
I know, humble. You just you don't perspective. You don't realize how good you are at it, because I think I do think you know how good you are at it. But it's funny because you get around people who aren't like that, and you bring them to your level, and they don't know how to handle it yet, and so they get very anxious and stuff like that. So even with and they almost say things that are a little oh, that was a little weird. Why
did I say that?
Exactly. Friends of ours, so it's let's say Kiki, for example, super quiet until you get him going,
Yeah.
and then he just starts saying things, and you're like, Kiki, take it back.
Settle down,
Yeah,
right?
take a step back.
It's one step at a time.
It's so
here,
funny,
right?
and it's you do that with so many people, and that's just such an attractive quality to have, to be able to bring that out of people and show up and just have people like you.
Yeah.
Where it's just fun.
I will say this. I notice it. Because when I self-reflect on myself, again, I'm just always wondering, dude, you're almost
You're almost too good.
Too many things in life make me happy. I'm I am the definition of the little things. This stupidest shit just gets me going. And that's why, coincidences could make my day. A little coincidence, I get gassed up. A good pun. And it's just the little shit, I don't do it on purpose. Again, this is one of those qualities where it's I didn't try to do it, it's just me. I just love, honestly, I'm so easy to please with life. The little things get me so hyped. I think that's why I can never have really time to be negative or angry, is because probably in the next 15 minutes, something stupid's going to make me happy. I'm definitely a very happy person. Like
Mm-hmm.
my personality. I'm not saying like how I feel. I'm depressed as fuck, but
We're talking about it.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, and I appreciate you saying that because that's a good trait. But again, it's not one of those traits like that was learned. It's just like I'm sure there's my downfall is where I am like that in fucked up situations too. Like there's no place on earth where you will not catch me not making jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with that. Like I know that.
What's funny is like, I think you and I play off each other a little too much in like public situations a lot of times.
Okay.
And like, I was told this the other day by a mutual friend of ours, where she was like, I can take you and I can take Jordan. When I put you two together, I want to shoot myself.
Who is this? You don't get to not expose this person like this because they must know me.
She does know you.
I can take you. I can take Jordan. Oh, I know exactly who it is.
Yes. Yeah. And she's like, you two together. She's like, I just feel like I have kids.
Yeah,
again.
we're like brothers.
Yeah.
Same thing with brothers. You get me and my brother together, and it's double the energy.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
No, yeah.
I'd say me and you though, not even that gnarly because we're like.
It really isn't.
I feel like where me and you bond is our maturity in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Though we do childish shit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the people I know that are really mature that I enjoy doing the childish shit with, because it's like I'm not gonna do the childish shit with my childish friends because I'm like, why are my friends so childish? I don't think I have that many childish friends. People I know that are childish, I'm not gonna be childish with.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need to grow up.
Yeah.
People that are mature, I'll be childish with because I'm like, hey, we should, you know what I mean? We gotta be goofy.
We should fuck off a little bit. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that's not a weird thing. Like you put two people together and they're like, I love how you is it? Who is that? And you go like this, and somehow in my head I was like, oh.
Yeah.
There's no one else in my head that would have fit that narrative.
Yep.
God, that's so funny.
Yeah, I was dying. I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was just like, I can't take you guys together."
It also, I think, for her, it's like that not gang mentality, but it's that like if you spend too much time with me and you are not that bubbly,
yep,
it will be overwhelming.
Oh, 100%.
And you will always feel like you are the not being attacked, but
you're the punching bag.
Yeah, if me and you, that's where we're funneling anything, whether it's good or bad. So I'm sure in the good regard, it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's funny you say that because
Yeah.
I see this with my brother all the time.
That was hilarious. I was just, it kind of caught me off guard for a second, but I was like, oh, that's why we don't all hang out anymore.
I was like, what the fuck? Tell us and we'll settle down.
Yeah, I was like, I will wear a piece of tape over my mouth one time, and then he'll wear a piece of tape the next time.
She's just like, I don't like hanging out with both of them, so I'm just gonna hang out with Scotty. I'm like, okay.
You're also busy.
Okay, I'll be. I know, I'm kidding. If she's watching this, she's probably like, aw.
Fuck you guys.
Aw.
She's not watching this, to be honest.
Yes, there's no fucking chance.
And if she was, she hasn't gotten this far.
That's the good thing about this. We make so many of them. There's no fucking way anyone we know is spending their time to watch all of them.
No, none of it. What's funny is like we have the people that we really like care about. It's like, hey, did you watch the podcast? It's like, watch the clip that you put on Instagram.
They're trying to be nice. I've seen them.
I've seen something.
I've seen them. I'm like,
something.
no, you haven't.
Yeah, okay, you don't have to lie to me.
That's a funny dynamic. I always ask people, like, I sometimes forget people don't watch it.
Yeah.
So I almost, like, partially expect people to have seen it, or
Yeah.
at least keep up. And then after a while I realize, I'm like, why would anybody watch
Nobody
my
cares.
content? Like,
I know.
none of my friends, I don't watch any of my friends' content. Why would they watch mine?
What's even more funny is, like, when you just don't think somebody's watching. Like, my mom, for instance. Like,
Yeah.
she watched one of ours, but the other day she was just like, I really liked that style you had the other day. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was just like, you just had such a great look. And I'm like, what
Like
are you
physical stuff?
like? Yeah, like she was like, those pictures came out phenomenal. I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about? And she was going through Facebook and found a picture of me from like last year in an ad. And she was like, that was just a really nice shirt. I was like, Mom, look at the date. That was like 2021. Like,
Mom, I think I look like shit in that
yeah, I was
photo
like,
now.
Mom, I had a beard.
Yeah.
Like a beard.
You
Like
had a beard?
I had a beard.
I'm
Yeah.
getting there, dude.
Dude, we're coming back.
I can already tell this No Shit November is going to be dangerous, because this is like 7 days in.
Look at mine.
Yeah, but you don't count. You grow a crazy beard.
Yeah.
You grow a beard that will grow out. It will just keep growing out.
Yeah. That's
My
true.
beard will start to grow, like, it'll start to, like, fall.
Like my beard comes in a way where if I'm walking into a room, my beard will be there a good millisecond before I get in
It's
that
true.
room.
You got the Pastor Trav.
Oh, dude, it's
beard.
it's something gross.
You'll see my beard. It starts, it's got direction.
If I let it get that long, like we'll be out here in the morning for like our podcast, and by the time the sun hits it, it will just be orange.
I've noticed the orange beard.
I have an orange beard.
How do we get into beards?
I don't know. Let's take it back to where we were. Attractive qualities. So now moving on to physical attraction. What are some physical attractive
I'm gonna
things?
say confidence is still huge.
I think confidence just leads the pack in every aspect.
Confidence radiates, and I'm trying to figure this out.
You wear confidence.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, I don't know if you can pinpoint it, but you can look at people and go, that person's confident, that person's super insecure, that person does not feel comfortable in what they're wearing, that person's thinking about what everyone thinks about them.
Yep.
And I told you the other day, my only lack of confidence, which isn't really that, because it's just a me thing, is like I'm always aware of how I'm sitting and how it will look. For some reason, it's just like you'll never catch me sitting like this because I know it looks stupid, or like I don't know, like I don't even know how not to because I'm so bred to. Yeah. Like if I have my leg up in a chair, like it's purposeful. I'm not just comfortable. I'm actually probably uncomfortable. I'm just doing it because this was the look I was going for.
Yeah.
And maybe that's insecurity in some way. I don't know.
I just look for comfort, and it's like, I look at the situation. So like right now, it's like I don't need to be bolt upright. Like I'm okay. Like I can just chill out.
Keep that guard down.
Just chill out. Just enjoy the morning. Enjoy my cup of coffee. Now, if you're in public and stuff like that, then it's always shoulders back, sit up, kind of be attentive. But also one thing that you and I do a lot is we cross our arms.
Dude. Oh, I know, and I don't like doing it because I know from a body language perspective that means I'm blocking.
Yep.
But I just really enjoy it.
Yep.
I feel like I'm hugging myself.
I just don't know I just think it looks stupid if you're like what am I supposed to do? Just
people who don't know what to do with their hands.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Like it's
figure it out.
Like do something. Like put your hands in your pockets. Like do something.
I'm too fidgety to not do that. I will always be picking.
And I talk with my hands. So
I'm me too. Facts.
I'm always going, and especially if there's a really aggressive conversation, I'm talking with my hands a lot. And so yeah, I just don't have time to sit there and just kind of how do you feel?
I also, from the attentive perspective, I don't think I do that well.
What?
I'm a very loungy. Okay, I always I'm a face supporting my head guy. Maybe my head's heavy. It's dense with blood or something. I don't know. I'm always. You'll even notice on my stories. I'm always holding my head up in some way. This guy just needs. He needs a neck protector to just fall on. That's how I am. So I'm always I'm a big elbow on the table guy because I don't give a fuck.
I've always realized I spin things. So I watch myself in ads and stuff like that before, and if it's a product, I'm spinning it.
Oh, you're
I always even if it's when we were doing we don't even need to do a brand deal. Oh, Manscaped. You're welcome. When I'm sitting there, I'm spinning the razor the entire time.
Oh, really?
Just and then when I had the bottles, I'm spinning the bottles. I can't just sit there and hold this thing.
Who'd you end up kissing?
No one. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, you play by yourself?
Yeah.
Facts.
It was upsetting.
You know what'd be really funny?
Huh.
Playing spin the bottle at 25 years old. Just a group of single adults playing some spin the bottle.
Oh my God, Kristen's going to the bank.
Or even better, a group of 30-year-olds playing truth or dare in a circle. I dare you, Robert, to kiss Karen.
Can't do that.
The name's Karen.
Karen.
There was no Karens when we were young.
No.
Karens are born.
It's a great name,
at
though.
30.
It's a great name.
Karen's a good name.
I do like Karen.
I love meeting the Karens that aren't Karens. What an anomaly they are.
Because Karen has become almost a derogatory word at this point.
100%.
But I have met some very kind Karens. And if it was just going off the name, I'm you're just not a Karen. But I have met some Karens
I'll be honest. Most of the Karens I've met fall into the category.
Really?
Most of them.
I can't say that.
I actually get excited when I meet. I'm oh, you guys exist. I thought you guys were all just stereotypes.
Yeah.
I'm oh, you're a cool Karen. Or maybe they're just a low key, a sleeper Karen.
A sleeper Karen.
A Karen on the low.
Coming with a 1-2.
Don't give her a reason to ask for the manager.
Nah,
Karen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a real one. That's a real one. Back to attractive qualities.
I'm just kidding. I just lay in your lap. Okay, this is the first episode I'm gonna voice this. Usually I cut it out because it's just I know my watch time. The camera has had so many things today. We had the best conversation about how we love teeth, eyes, and then I mentioned tits as a joke, and it was really funny. And then that brought me to my conclusion of we should talk about tits versus ass because I think that's such a big debate in the world. Now I need to stop saying it like that because I feel like it's boobs versus butt. That sounds a lot more friendly.
So before we go into that, what you guys missed is teeth are great. Have a good set of teeth because we've said this 4 times.
If you can.
If you can. Teeth are amazing. Great physical great physical piece in general. I'm gonna.
Okay, I'm learning something, Scotty.
Yeah.
You're blocking my head, and I'm just becoming a shadow.
Do you want more light?
So what if we go like this, okay? You scoot down that way a little bit, and
slip.
then, there we go. Beautiful. Beauty.
Solid. Anyway.
Continue.
Yeah. Teeth are great.
Yeah.
Eyes are great. Love dimples. Little freckles under the eyes.
True.
Next conversation.
Boobs versus butt.
Boobs versus butt.
I think butt's taken over the past couple years.
I do like a good butt.
I feel like it used to be a boob world. We used to be living in a boob world.
I don't think we were living in a boob world. I just think when you're a kid, boobs are cool. And
Boobs are cool.
Boobs are really cool, and boobs are still really cool. But I think butt is just like, if you have a nice butt, it's one of those things that like you worked for it.
Yeah.
It's like that's a sign of somebody who really went in and.
That's a good
like,
point.
They were like, you know what, I put in effort, and so you're kind of. It's like that respect thing where you're like, admire that. You're a hard worker.
Here's where this has been my rebuttal to that my whole life. I've got an ass, man. We all do. We've all got them.
You do have a dumpy.
Some dudes got dumpies on them too. It's like I've grabbed my ass before, just fidgeting or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just playing with it. Sometimes I gotta feel it, see how what does my butt feel like?
Yeah.
So it's a little desensitizing for me. You know what I mean? Because now I'm just like, all right, nice ass, but I have one. So what? Boobs? I ain't got them.
No.
I'm very mesmerized by them.
No.
Mine are they don't even, they're just
Peak bulk is
a part of my
different, but
peak bulk. We were getting there, but I don't know, man. There's just something to me about, I think it does play in when I was a kid.
yeah,
Remember you seeing your first set of boobs?
I do.
Wow.
That was an epic.
Wow.
Day. Yeah.
And I don't know how women are going to relate to this conversation here, but
Because I've always been curious, like, what girls look like, and, like, because guys don't really have anything. They're just like, wow, he's got a really nice forehead.
nice
like,
cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, dicks are, like, not an attractive thing.
No, dude, no. God, no. You kidding me?
Unfortunately. But I feel like there's like this societal attraction just because, like, it's all we got.
Yeah.
It's like the mystique of it. You know what I mean?
It's just a hidden gem.
It's because we don't, like women don't get to see it.
No.
So when they do, they're
Yeah.
like, oh.
Oh. Or, ooh.
Or,
Aw.
Or, oh. Fuck.
Look at you.
What do I do with that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have that issue.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, no one's ever told me that.
Nope.
But, I don't know, man. I think the boobs versus butt thing's a big debate.
I think it's a big debate, but I'm still a butt guy.
I feel like it's an opinion-based debate, but I
It
think
really
there's a right
is.
and wrong answer.
I don't think so.
I think tits are the right answer.
Don't think so.
I think so, dude.
Because I would... But I will
I've
say...
got a better rebuttal.
I know your rebuttal. I know it's coming. I literally could call it.
What is it?
It's... You would rather have a girl that has...
Let's not say I would rather. I personally think that.
Yeah, you personally think that a girl with nice boobs is better than nice boobs and no ass is better than a girl with...
Opposite. It's a rebuttal for you.
You what?
I still think, though I love boobs,
Yeah.
that big boobs, no ass is a much worse combination.
Oh, yeah.
Than no boobs, big ass.
Yeah.
That's like a current statement in our society right now.
That
I
is
think
true.
that's like it's a style. Almost,
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah. Just be, like, good and good.
I feel like this is a tough conversation to have because this is us being transparent.
Yeah.
Listen,
This is all preference.
I'm not going to not say it because I'm scared of offending someone. 'Cause
No.
This is the conversations I would have anyway.
And this is a
And
preference.
yeah, it's just preference. It's
Yeah.
just opinion based.
I like
you don't
it.
need to be anything.
And you don't have to have one giant and one not. Like, you can have, like, a decent butt and a decent set
You
of
could
boobs.
have neither.
Yeah.
You'll still thrive.
Yeah. That's
This
it.
is just a funny conversation because it's a debate. This is a man debate.
It is a man debate.
It's a man
This is
debate.
what men talk about.
Man debate does not sound like a good word. Sounds similar to another word.
You're pretty close.
I decided to be funny.
No.
As I'm talking about this, though, I do feel like these are the pig part of men.
It is.
Like, we don't talk about it this much, ladies, all right? Chill out. We're not just sitting around the table having these conversations. They
No.
do come up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Honestly, ironically, they usually come up around women.
They really...
Women are usually a part of the conversation.
You know what's even weirder is most of the time women are the ones who ask.
Facts.
Are you a boob or a butt guy?
Facts.
And
so,
then you have to sit there and
just
describe
saying,
Yeah. So this is your fault.
We're not sitting there judging women without them.
No.
We're judging them with...
Yeah, there's a woman over there. She asked the question. You just can't see her.
Her name's Susie. She's
Susie.
23.
She's great.
She's studying law.
She's, like, amazing, but she is also... she's our intern.
It'd be crazy, like, someone showed up to the house, there's just some girl walking around. Who is that? Oh, she works
I don't know,
here.
yeah. Apparently she works here.
She works here.
We haven't paid her a dime. We don't know. She just walked in one day. She's been doing a lot of work though.
She's just like a volunteer intern housewife.
Yeah, exactly. She's been cooking.
I feel like that's Scotty. I think Scotty's the intern housewife here.
Basically.
Kiki's the definition of the guest, of the person paying to stay there.
Yep.
He gets all the benefits and he's been cleaning some dishes lately.
Once in a while he'll get
Proud of him.
Once in a while there'll be a good dish done.
What if I just title this video "Boobs vs. Butt"? Boobs or butt?
It's just one section in the end.
Boobs or butt? Oh my god! I just know our society, and I'm like, oh my god.
Just speaking about boobs and butt, I just realized you got Ren and Stimpy, and he's just like slapping his own butt right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't even see.
Yeah.
I never really watched Rugrats. This is Rugrats, isn't it?
It's Rugrats. These guys.
I always confused Rugrats and Wild Thornberrys growing up.
I
don't know why.
It's a good show.
But I think I watched Rugrats more.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like it. It's like feels childhoodish to me. I just don't know it enough anymore to like start pointing at characters.
Oh, I know all those characters.
I was also very young when I watched it. You probably.
I know all those.
You know,
characters.
they probably came out when you were 12. So.
Oh yeah, no, they were there.
I was like 5 when I started watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if what I just said made sense, but that did make sense. Just trying to make sure my timeline added up.
Yeah, good.
I feel like we've really I feel like we've talked about so many edgy things today. We should probably just put the cloth away. You know what I mean?
Yep. Throw in the towel.
Actually, we've had some edgier podcasts recently.
This
wasn't it.
No.
We've had some ones where I was like, Jordan, don't think about this episode. Just put it up. Who cares? Doesn't matter. I don't care.
No.
I'm not here to please the crowd.
Hey, you know, you guys want authentic people? We're authentic people. We're going to talk about it. So
we debate about boobs and butts. I'm not embarrassed about it.
That's it.
I'm sure women debate about big and small wieners.
They have to talk about it.
Gotta.
They have to.
No, our dicks aren't important enough. No girls talk about it. They don't care.
They're going to tell their friends.
100%.
100%.
That's not chill, though. You know what I mean? Keep it to yourself.
Nah.
Unless it's impressive. Then pass the word on.
I mean, it's like, you can't control, so.
Cool.
Solid.
Penises.
Yes, sir.